Welcome, fellow travelers. It's Mickey Gold. Today, I'd like to start a series of mindfulness or awareness practices. Now, most of us, it does not matter the situation. That doesn't make us happy. That doesn't make us sad. That doesn't upset us. It's what we're thinking about the situation. Now, yesterday, we kind of did some subconscious hacks for our subconscious mind. And what we want to be doing, little tricks are great. However, being mindful, being aware, that's what will keep us healthy, happy, and strong no matter what life throws at you. Being mindful, being aware means that we stop coloring our experiences with the lenses of our mind. A lot of us are unaware of the little self-talk. Some things we're aware of. Some things we're like, when we mess up, oh, great. You look at, whatever goes on in your mind. It might be your own voice. It might be your mother's. It might be somebody else's voice. It might be a school teacher, whatever it might be, goes on in your mind. We're aware of those things. But if you spent a whole day writing down every little tiny piece of self-talk, you'd be amazed. It would take you a lot because most people have about, 60,000 thoughts a day. And you'd be very surprised, because I've done this before. You'd be very surprised and have a very tired hand at the end of the day. You'd be very surprised at how many of these things are negative, but don't seem like a big deal. And how much stuff we do on automatic pilot. We want to take our lives back, be happy, be in this moment. Right now, this moment is all you have. Now this moment. We get unhappy when we're thinking about that moment or we're worrying about the next moment. Now, if we can be here, right now, we don't need anything. Right here, right now, I'm breathing, my heart's beating, I'm good. I'm sitting on something. I could be sitting on something nicer. However, that's adding something. But when we really think about it, what we need to survive is very minimal. And we can keep that minimal and thrive, not just survive. It's just a matter of paying attention to what our mind is doing, what it's thinking. Because trying to reprogram, it's great. However, if you spend 20 minutes a day reprogramming, then, compared to, 60,000 thoughts, how many thoughts are you having in 20 minutes versus the rest of your day? And so we want to give ourselves the best chance. So there's things we can do. If sitting in meditation has been something that's been a struggle for you, I'm going to give you some things that you can do that are meditation. However, you don't have to sit. However, you don't have to do things in a certain way. We want mindfulness to be the way we live our life. Now, sometimes we'd be like, but I don't have that much time. Here's the deal. We're going to go through a bunch of different things, and you can pick a little here, a little there, and give yourself awareness. You only have to do some of these every once in a while. And some of these, like today's, we are going to do a body scan. And if you've done any meditation or hypnosis with me, we've done body scans. However, I want to do a body scan in a way that you really get so that you can, without listening to my version of a meditation or hypnosis, you can go through and do this at any point in time. Or you can do this throughout the day several times a day, and this could be part of your meditation process. So you could be going to sleep at night, rerunning your day. You could be waking up in the morning, pre-programming your day, and then a couple times a day, maybe 2 or 3 times a day, doing a body scan and letting that be your meditation. I mean, what would be better, sitting for 20 minutes or spreading it out through the day and making yourself aware more often? They're both wonderful. And eventually, if we can get ourselves to do these little things throughout the day, we can go into meditation easy. And again, meditation can be creative. It can be fun. It doesn't have to be something where you're sitting in an uncomfortable lotus position and you're feeling achy and you can't stop your thoughts and you can't do this and you can't do that. All these things that we think we're supposed to be doing don't need to be done. So what I'd like to have you do is to have your whole life be a meditation. And I know like that sounds like a lot of work. However, like I said, little tiny things, being aware. These are things that can make simple things. Like today we're doing a body scan. And one of these days on the series, we're going to do an eating meditation. So this can make something as simple. The person who did it with a raisin. So, I'll try to find something that is appealing to everybody. I'll let you know when we're doing our eating meditation, so you bring something with you. However, that makes everything a joy. That makes everything special. When we do meditation, when we do a practice, that brings specialness to everything. Instead of looking at it as a chore, looking at it as specialness. Now, we are going to go ahead and we're going to do our body scan. So when you do this yourself, you can take as long as you'd like, or you can do this as short as you'd like. I'm going to take it a little bit longer, I think. Kind of sometimes I feel like, oh yes, I'm going to do it this way, and then it comes out this way. I just kind of go with what comes to me. So I kind of follow the flow. So when you do this, the trick on this is we're not trying to get the body to relax. We're not going for relaxation, because again, sometimes body scans can be totally relaxing, but if we do them every day, day number 3 or 4, you might be like, this no longer relaxes me. This is a boring chore and a burden. However, being aware of our body, some of us are like, well, I'm aware of my body. I have pain, so of course I'm aware of your body. However, are you aware of the parts of your body that aren't hurting? Are you aware of really weird parts of your body? If I said, okay, this or that, are you aware of that? Are we in touch? And some of us are not in touch with our body. Some of us are very physical. Some of us are up here, and some of us are just kind of floating around somewhere. And that's okay, because then we all cycle through different things all the time, depending on what we have going on. So we want to be aware. We want to be up here. We want to be in here, because we are spiritual beings, our soul, whatever you want to look at it, having a human experience. So we really want to take time to experience being human. What does it mean to be human? Now we want to look at this stuff without labeling it. So you can be aware. What I want you to do when we run through this body scan is that I want you to look at it from a dissociated point of view, as if you were somebody taking notes, as if you were a hypnotherapist or somebody who the person was saying to you, I feel this, without attaching, without feeling it, without making it something like, oh my God, this feels like this, so I have this. That type of thing. I want you to just notice, just sit in that awareness. Just like there's a practice in meditation where when a thought comes to your mind, you label it thinking, or you can label it whatever it is, anger, fear, whatever the thing is. So I want you to, if you notice something, just label it and just sit in awareness. Just breathe. Now, before we actually get into the body scan, I'm going to have us do a breathing technique. We are going to be breathing in for 4. We're going to hold after we breathe in for 4. We're going to exhale for 4. And then after the exhale, we're going to hold for another 4. Now, sometimes I mess this up when I do this, just saying it out loud. Doing it is much easier than saying it and cueing it. So if I do, again, it's inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold after the exhale, and then start the cycle over again. So it's 4 times 4. So you can either think of it as 4 square, or 416, or whatever you'd like to think of it as. And go at your own pace, because there's nothing worse than you're like, okay, I am not good on the breathing part. Your 4 is taking forever. So everybody has different breathing. Actually, when I do this in 7s, and sometimes I go up to 12. So please breathe at a pace that feels comfortable for you. Don't try to make it bigger than it needs to be, and don't try to make it smaller than it needs to be. I'm just going to remind you that we're going to go 4, 4, 4, 4 and do whatever you need to do. So if you need to, if you want to, please lie down. Get into a comfortable position. Now, it's always okay when we are meditating or when we're doing hypnosis or when we're just going through something like this, a body scan, for you to move and get yourself in a comfortable position. I know sometimes that certain practices tell you not to, but I'm here to say, do what you want to do. Make sure you're comfy. All right, so we're going to do our 4, 4, 4 breath. So you're going to inhale for 4. You're going to hold that inhale. You're going to exhale for 4. And then you're going to hold after that exhale. And again, inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And again, keep that going. You can keep this going throughout, or if it's too much to focus and concentrate on the breathing, just breathe how you feel comfortable. But just getting ourselves into the breath, being aware of the breath. Good. And again, when you do this yourself, it's up to you whether you'd like to or not add special breath or just go straight through this exercise. So the very first place we're going to come to is our toes. I want you to notice, just notice what the toes feel like. And it's okay if you don't notice, if nothing comes to you right away. Just be with the toes. You can go from big to small, small to big, or take them all at once. Just being aware of our toes. And sometimes when we're looking for sensation, we don't find it. So letting ourselves know it's okay to feel or not feel anything. Sometimes nothing shows up. Good. And we're going to direct our awareness and our attention to the bottoms of the feet. You can notice them both at the same time, or you can notice them one at a time. Just being aware of our feet, the bottoms, and not judging, just noticing sensation, if there is any. And then we're going to direct our awareness to the tops of our feet. Noticing any sensation or lack of sensation. Again, not judging, just letting it be what it is. You can be breathing, doing the 4-4-4 breath, or breathing however you feel comfortable. Now we're going to direct our attention to our ankles. And again, just being with the sensation or lack of sensation. If we haven't spent much time with our body, we might not feel sensation at all yet. Every time will be different. Every moment's different. Just breathe into this. Good. Now we're going to go to the back of the lower leg, the calves. Just noticing, and again, right and left and right or both together. Any sensations. Not trying to change it, not trying to do anything different, just noticing. Again, without any judgment, just being aware. And then bringing our attention and our awareness to our shins, the front of the lower leg. Noticing if there's any sensation. Good. Just sitting with it, if there is. And sitting with it, if there isn't. Makes no difference. Just being aware. Good. And we're going to move our attention to our knee complex. The whole joint. And the tendons and the ligaments that attach. Is there any feelings? Not feelings from before, not feelings for the future. Just here now. Do we notice anything? We can move our attention, our awareness to the back of the knees. And again, just sitting with it. Just being aware. No judging. Then we're going to move to the front top of our thighs, our quadriceps. Just being aware of any sensation. We might feel sensation closer to the knee or closer to the hip, or we might feel no sensation. Doesn't matter. Just being aware, just noticing what you notice. And now we're going to direct our attention and our awareness to the inside of our thighs. Again, no judgment, just feeling, just noticing. Then we're going to bring our awareness and our attention to the backs of the legs, the thighs, the hamstrings. Again, noticing what you notice. Letting any judgments go. And if you have any judgments, you can name it judgment or thinking and just let it go. And bring your awareness and attention back to any sensation or lack thereof. Good. Now we're going to move to the buttocks. Just noticing any sensation. And notice how the buttocks wraps around through the hips. So notice that hip joint. We're going to wrap around to the front of the hip, to those hip flexors. Just scanning that whole area. You can take it all in at once. Or you can take it individually. You can go front, back, side. Whatever works for you. Just being aware. Just noticing. Just letting it be how it is, exactly how it is. Again, if you notice any judgments, just label them and let it go. Then we're going to move to the lower abdomen. Noticing how it feels. Just being aware. Then moving to the back, the lower back, noticing if any sensation, any feeling resides there. Good. And then we're going to wrap back around to the rest of the belly. Now, when you're doing this yourself, you could also go to the intestines. Or you can keep it shallow on the actual muscles. It's completely up to you. This is your time. We're going to move to the middle and upper back. Just noticing sensation or lack thereof. And again, dropping any judgments. Or just label them and let them go. Moving to the chest. And again, you can also take this deeper into the lungs, to the heart. Again, this is your time for you to feel. You can feel as deeply as you'd like. You can notice as deeply as you'd like. Now we're going to take our notice, even though we brought our attention to the upper back, we're going to notice the shoulders, the whole complex. The shoulder blades, where it wraps around to the side, where it comes to the front. Just noticing that whole shoulder complex. You can take it all at once, or you can take it each part. Good. And then just letting our attention slide down through the top of the arm, the back of the arm, and the front of the arm. Just noticing, again, dropping any judgments. And then let that attention and awareness slide down through the forearms, the top and the back, the top and the bottom. Bring your attention to the wrist. Bring your awareness to the hands, the palms, the top of the hands. And then sliding that attention down to our fingers. And again, we can take the fingers as a whole, or we can take them one at a time. It's all up to you, just being aware. Good. And then we're going to move up to the neck. We're going to go to the back of the neck. Just noticing. And then moving around to the front of the neck, the throat. And then we're going to let the attention go to the jaw. And then notice around the ears. Do you feel anything around the ears? About the muscles around the eyes, the forehead, the temple. And again, you can take the whole face all at once. And the scalp. Good. Excellent. All right. Go ahead and bring your awareness and your attention to whatever you're lying on or sitting on. And go ahead and open your eyes. Now, it's easiest or best, best is probably the wrong word, to lie down when you do a body scan. However, if you're stuck in a vehicle or any type of form of transportation, you can do it sitting up if you need to. However, it's usually best to lie down. So, and again, you can go through this really super quick. You can go, like I said, to the organs. You know, I took us superficially to the muscles. You could even go to the genitalia and, you know, anything, any part of the body, because we do want to be aware of the genitalia and how it feels when we're not using it for sex or we're not hyper aroused. We want to be aware of how it feels. We want to be aware of anything and everything on our body, how it feels. So you can take this as deep as you want, or you can take this as shallow as you want. You might not remember, oh God, that's the hamstring. Oh my goodness, that's the calves or the quads or any of that type of stuff. I could have taken you through all the detailed names of everything. However, that's not necessary. We just want to get a little snapshot of our body and how we feel in this physical body. And like I said, if you don't feel a lot of sensation in your body, that's okay. Because sometimes when we invite things, and you might notice this when we do a couple of these exercises, that when we start inviting things in, when we start inviting things to talk to us, sometimes things don't show up. And sometimes it might take a little while. You know, we might have ignored our body for so long, you know, or we just make comments about it. We just go, oh my gosh, my feet are so this, or this is so that. And so we never really tune in. I mean, if you were told you were ugly all the time, yeah, probably wouldn't speak up much, because you probably wouldn't thank the person that was there taking care of you. Our body is for us to take care of. The way we treat our body, most of us, if we treated a car like how we treated our body, I mean, and you get a different car. You can trade your car in. You can buy a new car. You can wreck that thing. And however, the body, we don't. And most people take better care of their cars than they do of their bodies. Most people have more awareness. You have warning signs on your cars that are very visible. However, sometimes we have these warning signs coming from our bodies and we tend to ignore them. And you know, so after a while, you know, our bodies are a living thing. They kind of get the hint. They're intelligent, where our cars aren't yet able to really think technically. So they aren't aware if you're mistreating them. However, your body is. So this could be a challenging thing for some people. This might be a wonderful thing for some people. This might be like I said, go into it with a don't know mind. Go into it with a curiosity. We're travelers, so we're wanting to experience. We want to find out. Go in with the curiosity. If you can go in with curiosity and playfulness, it makes mindfulness, awareness, meditation, and all those things super fun and super easy. And you can live your best life, because that's what we're looking for here, is how to live our life the best we can. The most joy, the most happiness. That's what, if I could have one wish for everyone watching this, is that you live a life full of joy, love, and peace, if I can grant you that. And of course, I want you to be comfortable and that sort of thing. So thank you guys, and fellow travelers. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace, love, namaste, until we meet again.